And of course, the first one to talk about is Toy Story. Toy Story is still iconic for a reason. I mean, sure, the animation can feel a bit dated, but there's still a lot to really love and adore about that movie. I mean, it's still the messages, the characters, it's still iconic to this very day. If I had to pick my favorite moment from Toy Story from that film, with so many moments, I'm going to go with the moment that Buzz realizing that he's a toy. Because you can see it, because of the music or because of his reaction to finally realizing that. It's just a very emotional scene. Because the Buzz really isn't really that special, and it's kind of heartbreaking, and it's kind of unfortunate that, Buzz kind of, act like that. I think you really do feel for the scene again. And it's a pretty touching scene that really adds a lot to the messages of the movie. If I pick it would be the runner-up moment, it probably would be the moment where the guy realizes on Sid. That is an awesome moment. But I'm afraid it has to go with the scene where Bug realizing that he is a toy. Then we have A Bug's Life. Definitely one of the more weak Pixar movies, but it's one I still enjoy coming back to. My favorite moment has to easily go to see where Hopper gets devoured. Like that is, I think it's good a lot of you as a kid, and then seeing that just, we see the Hopper main villain played by someone I'm probably not gonna mention, but seeing him finally get his comeuppance was freaking awesome, so that was amazing. Probably the opening sequence probably my run position, but the Hopper getting devoured sequence is just amazing. And then we have Toy Story 2. Definitely my least favorite Toy Story movies, but I don't really didn't say much on this. I still absolutely adore this movie. I'm afraid more than easily have to go to the When She Loved Me sequence. Like, it's one of those sequences where if you basically, I don't know how you cannot get at least feel some sort of emotion while watching it. It's one of those sequences I can't imagine anyone not feeling at least some sort of emotion while watching the scene. Like, it's that amazing of a scene. It made me think of Jess seeing in a different light and seeing what she went through, how she was definitely loved, but she can't just got forgotten about, and how she did get about really is heartbreaking, I'm thinking. And I always cry when everything comes up, because it's really damaging. It gets easily one of the best moments in this entire Toy Story franchise. Probably one of the best moments of Pixar in general. It's truly a heartbreaking scene, and for good reason. Probably my runner-up position had to go with easily the two Bud sequence. Like, that's also one of the more funny sequences of Pixar. But for When She Loved Me in terms of emotion, it really hits. Now we have Monsters, Inc., a childhood classic of mine that I always adored watching and coming back to. It's about close to be 20 years since that film was released. Man, old. But probably my favorite moment, I can easily go with Soul saying goodbye to Boo, honestly. I mean, because I got the Avenger 1 news, so I has now said goodbye to her, and seeing how the close bond that these two have felt throughout the entire film is just, it's sad that he has to say goodbye. And of course, seeing Boo basically not seeing the monster there, it's just, wow, it's so heartbreaking. But my run-ups is probably to go to the Escape from Randall sequence. That is just so fun and great to watch. And kind of tense, honestly. But saying goodbye to Boo really hit all the right notes. Then we have Finding Nemo. And that is just a debate between two moments. Number one, like I could go on with the opening sequence that is one of the most harrowing sequences of any Pixar movie. Like Marlin and her wife basically have a lot of babies, and then once it touches them, and all the babies except one pretty much gets devoured. Like, that's harrowing for an animated movie. I mean, like, pretty much all the kids pretty much died, and only one has made Nemo. Wow. Like, it's truly an emotional thing. The beginning of the scene where, after so long, Mom actually reunites with Nemo. Like, Nemo? Nemo! Like, oh my god. That is just another very emotional sequence. But again, if I pick one of my favorites in those sequences, it probably will go to the opening sequence. It just, again, it's a scene that really hits like a ton of bricks. Seriously, it's crazy. That's actually how much hit it really does. So the opening sequence is my favorite. And then we have The Incredibles, which is definitely the bit for another movie that's my favorite from Pixar. And I would say that The Incredibles is definitely the Pixar film I probably have seen the most. And I guess my favorite moment probably have to go to the whole city homage battle where it hits a lot more of the emotion, especially was like, I can't lose you again. I can't. I'm not strong enough. And then the fight they had and trying to destroy the homage droid. It's actually a scene that's actually almost tense and kind of just the new actually anticipated. It's all in last sequence. Probably my rubber definitely goes to the iconic, "Where is my super soaps? Really good, I am your white, I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna hear." Like, so one of the most memorable many sequences like ever. So my favorite Incredibles has to easy go to these whole city homage droid fight. I mean, the super suit didn't be in a position, but man, it was definitely hard to be with one because Incredibles definitely has so many memorable moments. Then we have Cars. Cars are definitely some of the more weaker Pixar movies, so, but I'd say some of them still have some good moments. I think my favorite moment has to go to probably the opening sequence of the movie, because it's the only truly memorable thing comes like there's definitely more unlocked good moments here. There's also that whole tractor sequence been made that's also pretty hilarious. The more I probably have to go to the ending sequence as well, because how much it really fits the arc of everything he's been through. But the only sequence is the sequence that I probably always know the most from this movie, so that's why my favorite, honestly. I still enjoy Cars, again. There's some of the more weaker Pixar films for a reason. But then we get to another classic, that is Ratatouille, which is definitely one of the more underappreciated. I don't think people really talk about Ratatouille much, honestly, for being honest. And Ratatouille truly is an incredible film, that, essentially if you want to be a chef. I'm pretty sure you probably know what moment I was probably going to go to, and that is the moment where the critic basically eats that food and kind of see like a flash of time, like the whole critic scene where he eats the food, like that whole sequence in general is just inspiring, memorable, lovely. It's just wonderful to watch. Like, I probably even know I was going to go in this sequence, honestly. My reference would probably be the opening sequence, but yeah, Ratatouille, you need to check this movie out. Then we have WALL-E, WALL-E. Another great film in Pixar style. Like, I love WALL-E. Probably very more improperly. I think probably would just be the entire first line, honestly. I know that's not too much, but yeah, the third one basically has no dialogue at all, and that is true definition of, and that's pretty much the true definition of visual tone. Like, it's there's make one moment I would take first act, so I thought, yeah, well, let's go the entire first act because it's just beautiful, breathtaking. I mean, again, pretty much that portion pretty much has no dialogue at all, and the fact that it gives so much emotion around that portion is just amazing. Like, amazing. Probably that's Miss Mulligan. The ending probably would be my position, but yeah. Now we get to up. And I think most easily the first 10 minutes. I mean, come on, I have to. A lot of people think that the movie kind of just peaks the first 10 minutes, and honestly, I don't think that, honestly. Like, I think the film is honestly amazing all the way through, honestly, but yeah, again, I'm blaming the way people say that, because the first 10 minutes are true perfection. Like, I can't imagine, like, they're meant to tell a beautiful love story around that time, and don't make you feel rushed or anything. They make it happen naturally, and you already know and feel about a great relationship within that portion. And the fact that you'll be able to feel so much emotion around that time is just a true testament of what Pixar can really pull off. But yeah, but I'm still having moments. I found that my rhymes is about to go to sometimes to Doug. I'm Doug. I love you. Scroll. Hi, like his first appearance is just like pretty much any move on Doug is hilarious, but. Yeah, I had to go to the opening man, so come on. Now we get to Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3, and my favorite moment is easily the ending. Like, even on Toy Story 4, the ending is easily my favorite moment in this movie. It's probably my favorite moment in this entire series, honestly. The whole so long part of the scene is just beautiful. My position also, I'll have to go to the incinerating sequence as well. Like, the reason why this movie's honestly my favorite. This reason why this movie's honestly my favorite Toy Story movie. Like, oh man. Now we get to Cars 2. Yeah, I wasn't even trying to find a mom I actually like in this movie, because, I mean, it's Bus 2, but don't know a lot of people consider it to be not a good movie. I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. But I guess I go with the opening sequence, I guess. I can go to it, probably not be Pixar's worth me for different reasons, so yeah, it wasn't easy to pick that, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Then we have Brave, which, honestly, I'll go probably the sequence that where we see man of actually shoot air, have like, well, I'm shooting from my own hand. The scene we're basically trying to put. Like I said before, the first half is actually greatness. There actually is a lot of greatness involved in that first half. Again, it's really the whole twist on that were really brave to just flip to basically be one of the worst Pixar movies. It's one twist that really is just so nonsensical and bad that it just kind of ruins the movie. But I guess the whole tree sequence, I'm married and I'll be starting from my own hand. Sequence that is a great sequence. So yeah, I'm putting that. That's my favorite from Brave. Man, still disappointed this movie should be better. But now we get to Monsters University. Monsters University. I'm probably go with the pawn to Mike and Sully as based around the portion Mike basically realized that Scully kind of tricked Mike to think he was scary, and then he tried to scare the kids, but he didn't think he was scary, and he was like, yeah. Yeah, and he was kind of half-eyed with Sully and all that stuff. Like, yeah, it's kind of sad, and it actually put a lot more emphasis on the relationship between Mike and Sully, so it really is a touching moment. Again, I'm involved in the games also, people are in a position, but yeah. But now we get to Inside Out, which that film has always in the base for being my favorite film in Pixar's catalog. And my favorite one has to easily go to the Riley crying sequence. Like, I'm not sure how much I enjoy the sequence. I think that's honestly in the base probably the best movie that Pixar has done, period. Just wow, I mean, this movie is definitely unbearable because it is truly a relatable movie that has some of the most relatable things you are just having. Like, sorry. So that is just amazing. Where it emphasizes a lot of the messages that are going to as throughout the time. The movie Joy was basically trying to get rid of sadness because they think that sadness is a terrible emotion and no one should feel sadness. It should always feel joy. Which doesn't should, but doesn't mean you can't feel sadness. And that's what Joy, as long as they want Joy realize, and she tries to get sadness back, and then right ends up coming back to most chances to run away. And basically, she ends up crying with her parents saying, I miss home. I miss home. Like, just really an emotionally impactful scene for a reason. Yeah, my second would probably go to Death of Bong Bong, but yeah. Inside Out is incredible for a big reason. That Ryan crying sequence is why. And now I get to do Dinosaur, another weaker and Pixar movies, but still a movie I still enjoy. But it's definitely one unmore forgettable and Pixar though, so I guess I'll go with the opening sequence again for this movie, because that's probably the most investing I was in, so yeah, it's still a good movie, but it's definitely not a good one in Pixar, honestly. Now go Finding Dory. I guess I'll probably go with the truck sequence, I guess, for this movie. It's probably the most invested and most I'm trying to feel from watching Pixar, so I guess I'll probably go with that sequence. Again, I'm not too good to Finding Dory, so yeah. I think probably the opening is pretty more opposition, but my favorite part, but truck sequence is probably the most fun because I remember from the movie, so I'm going to go with that. But then we get to Cars 3. A movie that had so much potential to actually be a great movie. Well, I probably compare probably the opening sequence, but this is one where actually, I think the first 15-20 minutes of the movie were amazing, incredible, and so on the last 30 minutes. And in between, but the opening sequence really was harrowing, emotional, and if they continued in that direction, it could have been a great Pixar movie, but nope. Nope. Without playing outside, honestly. And we have Coco! Coco! And my favorite most Coco has to easily go with the scene where Miguel sings to Uncle Remember Me. I have to feel in the dad that wants Anne to remember Hector. And of course, Memory is a beautiful sequence of memory, but the whole sequence which he thinks that is just wow. Probably my second favorite part would be first time we see Land of the Dead, which showed that this really is one of the most beautiful films that Pixar has done. So, but yeah, that's whole sequence with Miguel singing to Coco. Like, I meant to think of the fall time on the channel, so you guys know how beautiful it is. Only 3 months to go to. Now we get to Incredibles 2. Which one I know a lot of people were really disappointed by it, but I thought it was actually a worthy sequel to the first movie, honestly. I think my favorite moment for this movie is probably the scene where we see Bob taking care of Jack and finding him to his new house and all that. That is just so hilarious. And the moments I was just laughing my ass off and just yeah, I would say that Jack's always felt the show in the movie, and that these moments definitely why. Probably the opening sequence where you actually see his characters again is probably my second favorite, so yeah. Don't go with that, so yeah. The favorite moment easily is Bob taking care of Jack. Now we get to Toy Story 4. Not many people seem disappointed by it, but I actually think this is another great installment of the franchise, honestly. And my favorite moment he says to go with the whole goodbye scene where he said bye to his friends and had to go with Bob, honestly. A lot of people say this moment really kind of goes against his character, but I'm sorry, I don't really get that, I'll be honest. Like, I don't think honestly goes against his character. I think honestly it makes sense for all he's been through all these movies. My smart probably be seeing the unit for both Peep and probably my smart probably to go with the opening sequence where we say right at Bo Peep and we was kind of a little bit like just kind of excuse to figure out what boat he was been throughout the since he wasn't in Toy Story 3. But that sequence, just the animation that sequence is just breathtaking. Like, wow. Wow. And my last thought is Onward. I gotta go with a brush, go with a bond buddy moment. I was one of them say, I always have you, like, pretty much any bloody moment between these two characters are definitely great, honestly, so, yeah. I'm definitely going with Fast as my favorites. What is going on, guys? Samuel the Views here, back with another best moments for you guys. As for today, with Soul coming out very soon, which I know is the most anticipated film of the year, I figured I'd do at least one more Pixar related video, and I figured why not do a video where I give my favorite moment from every Pixar film that has been released. I thought it'd be a funny to do on something. I got to kind of something with Big Brother earlier, and I figured why not do a Pixar again. I've been going my channel many times, I absolutely adore Pixar, and also actually it's also been 25, as I'm filming this, it's been 25 years since Toy Story, the original Toy Story, has been released in theaters. 25 years since Toy Story has been released from that. It's still iconic to this very day, man. I adore Pixar so much. I reviewed all of their movies. I did around the end of last year to, I think around the end of March this year, so I will leave a playlist to my Pixar Love series down in the description, which is my thoughts on all of Pixar movies in general, so today I'm going to share one of my favorite moments from every single Pixar movie. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. I would definitely love to know what would be your favorite moments of a Pixar movie down in the comment section down below. So, enough being around the bush, let's get started. Now, we stop about so let's just get started.